Hello everyone and welcome. We have the 2019 NBA All-Star Weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina, just around the corner now. It's one of my favorite sports weekends of the year, a weekend just to celebrate basketball, all the great stars in the game today. And there's always 6 premier main events at All-Star Weekend, so I want to go through all the events, look at all the festivities, talk about what we're going to be seeing, making some predictions, and just get hyped for one of the best basketball weekends of the year. And we begin the festivities on Friday night with the All-Star Celebrity Game presented by Ruffles. If you've never watched a celebrity game before, the NBA, they take celebrities from all different fields, actors, rappers, models, chefs, former athletes, everything, put them all into 2 teams. And what I've always loved most about the celebrity game is the talent mismatches. As you're looking at the list of participants this year, you see names like Ray Allen, a Naismith Hall of Famer. You've got Steve Smith, an all-time great wideout for the Carolina Panthers. A'ja Wilson, Rookie of the Year, just from last year. She gets paid to play basketball right now. And those players are going to be going up against people like Dr. Oz. Like, can you imagine Ray Allen backing down Dr. Oz on the low block? That's like just a huge talent mismatch. It's always really fun. You know, celebrities of the past. Terrell Owens has dominated this competition. Arnie Duncan, the Secretary of Education, has always been great. Hopefully they get Barack Obama for this competition at some point. I'm sure that's on Adam Silver's to-do list. I think Quavo and his team are probably the favorites to win MVP and win the competition respectively. But I'm going to go with the Charlotte guy, the native, Steve Smith, to win the MVP. That is my prediction. Also, do not sleep on Chris Daughtry as a potential MVP candidate. The second event of the weekend, also Friday night, 9 o'clock on TNT, the Mountain Dew Ice Rising Stars. It'll pit the international players, Team World, against the Americans, Team USA. It's only first 2-year players, rookies and sophomores. And I am rolling with Team World. It's another chance for Ben Simmons to exert his dominance over Donovan Mitchell. Fun fact, we know about their rivalry, the Rookie of the Year campaign slandering last season, but Simmons is actually 4-0 against Donovan Mitchell all time. His Sixers against Mitchell's Jazz. It has been no contest when they have played. I think this is another chance for Simmons to show that he is the real Rookie of the Year. And you got Simmons. You also have Lauri Markkanen, the finisher, and Luka Doncic, who is he's the runaway favorite for Rookie of the Year this season. His name, it seems like every single night, Doncic's name shows up in graphics, like first rookie since LeBron to do ... Like, he's just incredible. So, yeah, I do like Marvin Bagley on Team USA. He's a guy for the Sacramento Kings, has them in the playoffs, in the playoff race right now. He finishes lots of lobs. These kind of all-star games, they tend to favor big men who have soft hands, can finish around the rim, and just can finish lobs. So he's had a great season, 13-7, 51% shooting, and he's the best bet for a Team USA MVP in my opinion. But I am rolling with Simmons, and I'm rolling with Team World. On we go now to State Farm All-Star Saturday night, and the first of 3 competitions on Saturday will be the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. This is always a pretty fun competition. It combines dribbling, passing, and shooting. You can see these 8 contestants this year. The folks in Vegas, they like De'Aaron Fox, Luka Doncic, and Trae Young kind of as the joint favorites. Fox is definitely the quickest in this field. You've got Young, who's got that deep range, and Doncic probably the best passer of these guys. So, honestly, nothing would shock me about this event. Spencer Dinwiddie actually won it last year for the Brooklyn Nets. This year, I'm going to roll with Luka Doncic over Nick Vucevic in the final. It seems like it's always a guard against a big. I think that's the format again this year. So, yeah, give me Doncic. Now it gets really good. My favorite event of All-Star Weekend, the Mountain Dew 3-point contest, and we have 10 contestants this year instead of the usual 8, and it is a loaded gauntlet of sharpshooters. We begin with the defending champion, Devin Booker, who will be in Charlotte. You've also got Kemba Walker representing the hometown Charlotte Hornets. We know Steph Curry and his Charlotte roots as well, and oh yeah, Seth Curry, brother of Steph, will be at this competition as well. I know I would dominate my brothers at a 3-point contest. Shout out Mike. Anytime you want to do it, it's on the table, man. Let's go. But I think that's fun. In terms of picking a winner, I'm pretty torn. Normally there's like a James Jones or a Mike Miller or Rashard Lewis or some kind of fun LeBron teammate that's always lurking that I like to go with, but there's not really that guy this year. Steph has got to be the heavy favorite. We got to respect what he's done, shooting over 40% in his first 10 seasons in the league and just everything that he's done. I'm going to say, though, Buddy Hield, 45.5% from three this year. He has improved so much in terms of shooting both off the dribble and catch and shoot. I like Hield. Even though Dirk Nowitzki's going to be there, it's going to be hilarious to watch him run from rack to rack. And there's going to be a lot of stars. I think Hield takes the spotlight from all the other guys. The fifth event, we have the AT&T Slam Dunk to cap off All-Star Saturday night. And the four guys in this competition, you've got John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks, Dennis Smith Jr., the only returning member from last year, representing the Knicks this year, Miles Bridges for the Hornets, and Hamidou Diallo for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those are the four guys. Now, at this point, you're probably thinking one of two things. You may be thinking how much you love or hate the NBA dunk contest and what it's become. You could be thinking about like all the past champions and all the great duels we've had. Dominique versus MJ, Vince Carter against T-Mac and Steve Francis, Zach LaVine against Aaron Gordon. So you could be thinking about all those things. You could also be thinking, who the heck is Hamidou Diallo? And I understand this is not the cream of the crop in terms of names. These are not A-listers, but that's how it's been the last 10 years or so. Really since, I don't know, you had the Dwight Howard era, you had the Blake Griffin era, and now really for the last 8-10 years, it's been these kind of C-list guys, but that's fine. As long as they bring it, like Dennis Smith was really good last year, it's still going to be fun. I know it's so tough to be original these days with the dunk contest, so cut them some slack in that regard. But John Collins, he probably has the consistency. I think Smith has the most hops. But I'm going to predict Miles Bridges to win this competition. He has the most power, the most ferociousness, tenacity. He attacks the rim, kind of like a Russell Westbrook, that rim warfare mentality. And, I think it'll be fun. Probably not as fun as we've seen in the past with Zach LaVine. I wish he was there. But, give me Miles Bridges. Finally, we get to the main event, Sunday night, 8 o'clock, the 68th annual NBA All-Star Game. It's going to pit Team LeBron against Team Giannis. This is year number 2 of the NBA, going with that format of the players drafting their own teams. Last year, it was LeBron versus Steph. LeBron won by 3 points. This year, it's LeBron against the leading vote-getter in the East, Giannis. And I've got a couple comments about the live draft that they showed last week. First off, LeBron, just hilarious how he drafted. Getting all the free agents, KD, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson. He's picking all these guys early in the draft, and we know how LeBron is. Giannis is making tampering jokes. It was great TV, so I'm so happy that they put that on television this year. But that was great. You know LeBron. He's a smooth operator with that stuff. Hasn't had too much luck getting guys to come to LA yet, but that may change pretty soon, especially this summer. But my other note, recruiting jokes aside, LeBron's team is just way more talented than Giannis. As you look at the starting five for LeBron, it's him, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden. That is ridiculous. That doesn't look like an all-star team. That looks like a mega team. Giannis' starting five, much more all-star looking. And the fact that Giannis, he had to hold it down for his homeboy, Chris Middleton. His teammate on the Milwaukee Bucks selected him with his first reserve pick. Chris Middleton's good, but he's not good enough to be the 6th best player on an all-star team. Bron selecting Anthony Davis in that slot. So I just think, overall, LeBron's team has way more talent. Giannis went with the guys like D'Angelo Russell, Nikola Vucevic, Kyle Lowry. Great players, but they're a notch below the players on LeBron's team. So we'll see. Give me Team LeBron. I think his team just has way more star power. And James Harden is my pick for the MVP. He has been on a scoring rampage lately. 30 games with 30-plus points in a row. Only Wilt Chamberlain has a longer streak. So he's on an absolute tear. I think he's going to continue that in Charlotte. Harden, I'm locking you in as my MVP. But if Team Giannis does happen to win this game, Paul George would be my MVP pick on the other side, because he himself is having one of the best two-way seasons of all time. PG averaging 28.7 points per game. His last two, 45 and 47. And, by the way, I saw a tweet this morning. The only other player to score more than 28 points per game in a year and win Defensive Player of the Year That was Michael Jordan back in 1987. PG is having a Jordan-esque year on both sides of the floor. So, yeah, Harden and PG would be my guys for MVP. All right, that'll about do it. NBA All-Star Weekend is February 15th through the 17th. Hope you enjoyed these events. Please comment. Let me know what your favorite event is, what you think of my predictions, what some of yours are. I'd love to talk about this stuff. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the Snowman Sports Media. Please give me a thumbs up. And, yeah, I'll see you soon. Cheers.